Hey guys, it's JW. I'm at the middle school and I have a few minutes before I need to get out of the car, so I thought I'd pop on. I was listening to sports radio and I always watch the replay of the Boston Celtics games. They're my number one sports team. Have been since, since forever. Went to my first Boston Celtics basketball game when I was 10 years old, and Bill Russell was still in college, believe it or not. That's how old I am. And he would come on the scene a year later. He graduated from the University of San Francisco after winning, I think, 2 championships in college, maybe 3. I think it was 2. And then he won an Olympic gold medal. And he reported to the Celtics a little late because back then the Olympics went long, so they went into the basketball season, the NBA basketball season. But then he showed up, and things were never the same after that. They went from a good basketball team to a dynasty. During the Bill Russell years, he had a 13-year career with the Boston Celtics. And during that period of time, the Celtics won 11 world championships. And it's no coincidence that it was because of Bill Russell. Okay, he was as good a team as they had. They had a lot of surrounding talent, but Bill Russell changed the game of basketball. He was, without a doubt, the greatest winner in sports, in American sports history, for sure. He changed the game in the sense that he was a defensive genius. Bill Russell was a great athlete. He was a track star in college, and in addition to being a All-American basketball player. So anyway, I do watch the Celtics games, and I usually watch the replays the next day. I go to bed early. I get up at 5 a.m., so I like to be in bed by 10 o'clock or so, and I always have a few things to do ahead of time. So I like waking up the next day, and when I'm, after I do my walk and come back and have breakfast, I like to turn on the replay. I try not to listen to the score or hear the score of the previous night, and that way it's kind of exciting to watch the replay, which is about 9.5 minutes. I can see the replay of the game, all the really good parts of it, all the scoring basically by both teams. And last night the Celtics tied the record for most 3-point shots in a basketball game at 29. They had 29 3-pointers, and there were still 9 minutes left in the basketball game. And from that point on, they took a lot more 3-point shots in hopes of breaking the record. Now, they were hitting 3-pointers like in rapid fire for a while there. But as soon as they were within 1 of the record, the basketball gods, which I'm a Christian and a believer in God, and I think there's sports gods too. I call them the sports god, but in this case it was the basketball god, said, no, don't make a mockery of the game. Play the game the way you play it. If 3-point shots are available, you take it. I think they were probably pushing it a little too hard. And anyway, they missed 13 straight 3-point plays. I think when they tied the record at 29 3-pointers, they were ahead by about, 28 points, 27 points or something. So the game was, it would have been very difficult for the New York Knicks, the opposing team, to make any sort of a comeback. And they didn't. But so the Celtics weren't risking losing the game or anything by taking these 3-point shots. And at first I didn't mind it, but after a while it got to be, enough. You're messing with the basketball gods, and sure enough, you don't mess with the basketball gods. You don't mess with the Christian God. You don't mess with gods, because gods, they can put the curse on you if they wish, and they put the curse on the Celtics. Like I said, they still won, but they did not get that 30th 3-pointer. And as big a Celtic fan as I am, and I would have loved to have seen them get the record, but in some ways I was kind of I was kind of shaking my head and say, yep, that's what the basketball gods will do to you. So learn a lesson from it. And there was 24 seconds left in the game when the Celtics got the ball one more time. And Coach Joe Mazou, who's a heck of a coach, a nice young man, really nice gentleman. And I like Coach Joe Mazou a lot for the Celtics. And he just said to Payton Pritchard, who was taking the ball up, he just looked at him and he said, just dribble the clock out, no more, we had our chance. And so they could have taken another three-pointer. Whether or not they would have made it, who knows? With the basketball gods, I doubt it. But I think Joe knew, too, that, you know what? Yeah, we had our chance, so just dribble the clock out, and that's what they did. And the game ended. And they ended up winning by 23 points, still a substantial amount to win by. If you win by 20 in the NBA, you've drubbed the team pretty good. And so it was interesting and fun, and I just thought I'd jump on and talk about it. And I don't know if how many of you are sports fans or basketball fans. If you are, you know what I'm talking about. When teams try to, I'm not saying the Celtics were disrespecting the game. They weren't. They didn't, like, for instance, if there was a layup available, they took it. They didn't blatantly, but it was obvious that they wanted that record. But, they tied the record, which I believe the Milwaukee Bucks were the other team that had initially set the record at 29. That was back 4 or 5 years ago, I guess. So, anyway, it was fun. And like I say, I always like watching the replays. I do that in every sport. I watch the hockey replays. I like the Bruins, too. And not like the Celtics. I'm a really big-time Celtic fan. Had season tickets for 1974 to 2001. So yeah, we had season tickets for over 25 years, and then Bird retired, and all those people retired, and it's just it was expensive, and without Bird and Parrish and McHale and the rest of the group, it wasn't the same. So anyway, I still like watching them. They're still my favorite team, and even with I like the Patriots too. I like football. But even with the Patriots dynasty, Celtics have always been my favorite team. And, when you start following a team at 10 years old, and I think the only games I ever missed was when I was in the service. I went to most of them in person. I had a friend's dad who used to take us when we were real small kids, and then me and another guy figured out a way to sneak into the games. I think I'm past the statute of limitations on sneaking into the game. So anyway, I've been following for many years, and it's a great sport. And if you like basketball or any sport, let me know down in the comments. Anyway, I gotta go. Talk to you later.